There's a quiet shift unfolding right now, one that people tiptoe around because it's uncomfortable to acknowledge. For years, a certain narrative dominated the culture, that independence meant rejecting partnership, that needing no one was a badge of honor, that relationships were optional accessories rather than foundations. Many women embraced that message wholeheartedly in their 20s and early 30s. They said they didn't need men, didn't want commitment, didn't care about timing. They dismissed marriage as outdated, rolled their eyes at traditional roles, and insisted they had unlimited time. But the tone is changing. As they reach their late 30s, early 40s, and beyond, something unexpected is happening. The dating scene they once navigated with confidence no longer feels the same. The attention they used to command isn't as abundant. The options they assumed would always be there are thinning out. And instead of facing that shift honestly, many are directing their frustration outward, toward men, toward society, toward anything other than the choices that led them here. Modern dating confusion affects everyone, but not equally. Both men and women are frustrated, but only one side seems willing to openly examine their own role in the outcome. Today, women say men don't approach them anymore. Men say they stopped approaching because they were told for years that doing so was intrusive or predatory. Women say they want gentlemen who take initiative. Men say initiative now carries social, legal, and reputational risk. Women want a man who leads, but without the traditional dynamics that once made that leadership functional. Men want warmth, appreciation, and femininity, but are told those preferences are outdated. The entire dating landscape has turned into a standoff. Two groups standing across the room, each waiting for the other to blink first. Nobody moves, nobody leads, nobody risks. Everyone is confused, and everyone is defensive. I've watched this tension play out in real life. In coffee shops, bookstores, gyms, men and women almost intentionally avoiding each other. She wonders why nobody approaches. He worries that approaching might end with him being recorded, shamed, or accused of crossing a boundary. She misses confident men. He misses a world where confidence wasn't labeled as aggression. What we're left with is silence. Constant, awkward silence where connection should be. For many men, approaching a woman is no longer about fear of rejection. It's fear of humiliation. Rejection is private. Accusations are public. One misunderstanding can be blasted online, permanently attached to their name. I've spoken to men who stepped away from dating entirely after being mocked, filmed, or misrepresented while simply trying to start a conversation. Even when they're polite and respectful, it doesn't always matter. The consequences outweigh the potential reward. Meanwhile, men are dealing with another challenge. Mixed signals. A smile, a glance, a hair flip. These were once reliable cues of interest. Now, they mean nothing. A woman can signal for attention and then punish a man for responding. One moment she's warm, the next she's irritated that he assumed anything. Men are tired of deciphering a language that keeps changing. Women, on the other hand, feel confused and unloved. They feel men lack effort, lack initiative, lack maturity. They feel invisible. They're frustrated that men aren't courting them the way they used to. But many don't realize that the rules they supported for years have led to the hesitation they now resent. This clash of expectations has created a dating environment full of contradictions. Women want a man who provides, but reject the structure that made provision possible. They want a man who protects, but recoil at gender roles. They want a traditional husband while remaining adamantly modern wives. Men look at this and wonder, what exactly is my role supposed to be? In my work, I've spoken to dozens of women in their late 30s, 40s, even 50s who are grappling with deep regret. They built impressive careers. They traveled. They found themselves. They prioritized everything except relationships, believing they could return to the dating scene whenever they wanted and still find the partners they once passed over. Now they're successful, accomplished, but alone. And the men they want are dating younger women who offer what they used to. One woman, in her 40s, told me with trembling hands, "I've built a beautiful life, but I built it for one." She was told she didn't need a partner, that career would fulfill her, that independence was everything. And now she realizes independence doesn't hold her at night. It doesn't share holidays. It doesn't build a family. She didn't need a man, true. But she wanted companionship. And the men she wants now want someone else. This phenomenon isn't isolated. It's a pattern. Women who once prided themselves on not needing men are now longing for softness, support, and partnership. They want to relax, to breathe, to share the load. But the men capable of carrying that load are choosing women who always valued that dynamic, not those returning to it out of exhaustion. Dating apps have made everything worse. They made relationships transactional. They inflated egos and distorted expectations. They turned connection into competition. Women are overwhelmed with matches and assume that means unlimited options. Men are undermatched and assume they have no value. Both beliefs are false, but both beliefs shape behavior. Casual hookup culture also eroded trust. Intimacy lost its meaning. Women feel used. Men feel exploited. Everyone feels replaceable. And underneath all this is the concept nobody wants to address: value. Not moral value, market value. Attraction value, relationship value. The value that changes with age, lifestyle, behavior, choices. Women's value in dating is highest when they're young, fertile, and vibrant. This isn't misogyny. It's biology, psychology, and history. Men's value increases with time as they build status, resources, stability. This isn't patriarchy. It's life playing out mathematically. When women are young, they hold the leverage. When men are older, they do. The problem arises when people pretend this dynamic doesn't exist. Many women hit 35 plus and are shocked when the attention declines. They assume men their age will always be waiting. But they forget. When they were 25, they weren't dating 35-year-old men either. Now those men are choosing women the age they once were. It's a cycle. Not a conspiracy. Not oppression. Just reality. The resentment this creates grows quickly. Some women accuse men of being shallow. Some men accuse women of entitlement. Both sides dig in instead of self-reflecting. And as the bitterness intensifies, relationships become battlegrounds instead of partnerships. Men today are wary for rational reasons: financial, legal, emotional. Divorce laws leave them vulnerable. Social narratives villainize them. Expectations overwhelm them. They feel disposable. Many are opting out entirely, not because they hate women, but because they fear the consequences of choosing the wrong one. And yet, women remain confused why these men won't commit. The truth is harsh but unavoidable. Modern dating is broken because modern expectations are impossible. Women want traditional benefits with modern freedom. Men want modern benefits with traditional submission. Neither is willing to compromise. The result? A generation drifting apart. Women discover too late that time matters. Men discover too late that purpose matters. Both feel cheated by a system that told them half-truths. But here's the real insight. Beneath the anger, beneath the finger-pointing, beneath the frustration, both sides want the same things: love, stability, respect, partnership, purpose, connection. The only difference is how they go about it, and how late they realize what truly matters. So here's the conversation we need to have. Women, when did you realize the dating game changed? Men, when did you decide your standards were worth protecting? Let's finally talk honestly. Because until both sides stop blaming and start understanding, modern dating will remain exactly what it is today: a battlefield of unmet expectations,